I'm Emma Witek, and I grew up in Lakemore Farms, Illinois, which is a small town between McHenry and Volo. I lived with my mom, dad, and my two sisters in a beautiful home. My sisters and I had a great childhood. We did everything a kid is supposed to do. My parents got divorced when I was younger, but that did not change the way my family did our everyday things. My mom would babysit for one of our neighbors, so we always had a great time playing with all of our friends. Growing up in a small neighborhood was great because all of us kids were the best of friends. Keeping my friends close while I was meeting new people along the way was important. It was easy to meet others when I was younger because I was very involved in cheerleading. Being in cheerleading, I met many athletes that went to the same school as me. Even though I have always been quite shy when meeting new people, I made a lot of friends while being part of a sport. High school was a great part of my life, and going to school at Grant Community High School was an unforgettable time. Attending high school can be an intimidating time, knowing you are about to go to school where you only know 25% of the students in your class. I would say I was a bit nervous having to meet new people, but I had met so many athletes my freshman year since I made the high school cheerleading team. As my freshman year went on, I knew almost everyone. Grant was a school where everyone knew who everyone was, and there was no popular group. Making new friends was super easy at Grant. Every time a new student came into the high school, everyone wanted to be friends with them. The new student was the center of attention throughout the whole school. I always thought about how cool it would be to be that new student that everyone wanted to be friends with. Then I was diagnosed with a social anxiety disorder. This was when I flashed back and realized I had always had a hard time meeting new people, and I always was nervous. Finding out that I had social anxiety made me understand why I would literally make myself sick to my stomach when having to do something I usually would not. I found myself throwing up every morning before I had to go to school my sophomore year. I ended up losing a lot of weight because I was not eating, since every time I tried to eat, I would feel sick to the point where I would take only one bite and then feel overly full. Junior year came around a lot quicker than you would expect. I became less nervous and I could start my day without having an anxiety attack. Knowing that I was going to be moving soon, I tried to make this the best year I could with all of my friends. This would be my last year at Grant Community High School, with many memories. This was my last year of cheerleading and my last year of going to school with everyone I grew up with. I got to experience prom and state. Prom was awesome. My mom helped me pick a beautiful dress and got my hair done perfect. I got to spend a great night with all of my friends. Prom was a great experience, and it was also the only prom I attended. State was an amazing opportunity for our team. Only the best of the best can attend. Grant was known for their cheerleading team. We were one of the best teams in the state. Unfortunately, we had our opening stunt drop, which made our team not move on to the second day. State was a great experience, although I could not perform because I got sick with mono and I was an alternate, but I still had a blast. We were a rebellious team and always had a good time. We all made plans to switch rooms at night and stay with the other people we wanted to, since they put us in assigned rooms. Well, someone was a narc and told coach, so we had our doors taped shut so they would know if we left our rooms or not. Since we could not leave our rooms, it was like we were under high security watch. The summer after my junior year was exciting. I knew I had a chance of getting a dog. My mom got remarried and we were about to move to Union Grove, Wisconsin. My dad was allergic to cats and dogs growing up, so we were never able to have a pet. Tom, my mom's new husband, always had pets, so I knew one day I would be able to have my first dog. Our summer was almost over, and Brooke and I were starting at a new school, and I thought it would be better to move my senior year so my sisters can start a new school and not have to transfer in the middle of her high school experience. I was not worried about making friends. I knew once school started that I was going to be the new girl who everyone wanted to be friends with. I walked into the school on my first day, not knowing where my class was. So I asked for help to get to class, and this girl said to me, "So are you a freshman?" And oh my, was I embarrassed. I said, "No, I just transferred here. I'm a senior." I was still thinking in my head, I'm going to meet so many people and have a lot of friends. It will all be good. Well, that was not the case. I started my senior year at a high school where I only knew 2 people. They were both freshmen, and one was my sister. Thankfully, I had a great sister who let me sit with her at lunch so I would not be alone. Everyone already had their friend groups, and they were not willing to add a person into their group. I was one of those students that people would look at down the hall and question who I was. I believe if Union Grove High School had a cheerleading team, I would have made a team full of friends. Luckily, I made one friend by the end of the year. Transferring schools my senior year was a total culture shock. I went from having many friends and knowing everyone to not knowing anyone my age. My counselor put me on work study to get me out of the school because I did not enjoy being there. I was only in an art and foods class. This meant I had to get a job. I applied to places and got a call back from Chuck E. Cheese. After getting the job, this is when I made a bunch of friends. This was a perfect job for me while I was in high school. I was around a bunch of people who were as funny as I am and were so welcoming. Working at Chuck E. Cheese made the move to Wisconsin worth it. I could be whoever I wanted because no one knew me or anything about me. Well, I decided to be 100% myself, and now I have a few lifelong friends. Chuck E. Cheese brought me many memories to my life, and the friends I made were incredible. We all would joke around and have a good time every shift, even if it meant randomly dancing in the mouse suit. Moving to Wisconsin finally gave me something that I've always wanted, which was a dog. I got my first dog a year after I moved out to Union Grove. My dog Diesel is my best friend and is always there for me when I need a friend. Adopting him was the greatest day of my life. My dog is the sweetest big boy you could ever meet. Diesel is my best friend, and he has been by my side for a little over 2 years now. Every day I come home to my dog, jumping around and giving me hugs and kisses. Diesel helps me make friends since he's a great topic to talk about. When meeting new people, I never know what to talk about, so I use my dog. Diesel is a 100+ pound big baby boy, and everyone tells me how adorable he is and how they want to meet him. At times, I still struggle at making friends at Parkside, but I believe I've gotten better. It helps that I've had some classmates in more than one class because they naturally start talking to me. Even though moving was a rough time for me, I would not change coming to Wisconsin because I got to experience something many people would not get to. I was able to see life in 2 different perspectives.